And now we get a timeout called on the defensive side of the ball by the Panthers. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. They'll start this drive out on the ground. And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. It's a loss of 4 on that first play, and it's second down.
Well, they sent the power set out there, and their job is to be man-on-man and move people so they can run the football. But that time, too many men didn't get moved in the box defensively. They end up throwing him for a loss.
Well, the first play of the drive lost 4. Now they'll look to move it forward here on 2nd and 14. They'll pound it up the middle with Kamara. And he'll take this to about the 24, a gain of 3. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Little trouble thus far on their opening drive as they come up on a 3rd and 11. Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he's going to be brought down short of the first at about the 31-yard line. They do get 7 out of that, but not enough to prevent a 4th down. Blake Gillikin on to punt here as he'll send this one away. Back deep here, Andre Roberts. Call that a punt of 38 yards officially, and it will be the Panthers' ball, 1st and 10.
At their own 30-yard line.
The drive begins with a run by McCaffrey. And tough going there as he'll only get it up to about the 31. Taken down by Pete Warner.
No doubt about it. A really nice job there by the defense, not allowing him to get to the perimeter. But that means your defensive ends, your outside linebackers, the guys that you pay big money to sack the quarterback, they also have to have interest in the running game as well. And they did a nice job there of holding the point of attack and not giving ground.
Second and 9. Mayfield down. That'll be caught by his tight end, Ian Thomas. So the completion good for 6 yards. And now it's 3rd and 4.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on 2nd down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives a much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
Mayfield from the gun on 3rd down. And that will be incomplete.
And 3rd down is a key down in any game you play. 3rd down defense, something we've got to watch in this one. Got to be effective on the passing downs. That's a pretty good first step right there.
They'll run for it. McCaffrey. And brought down, but not before he was able to break the tackle, and the extra effort moves the sticks. Well, we kind of looked at each other as they decided to go for it, but in the end, great execution, a 6-yard gain, and it all works out. The fourth down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on first down. Play fake. Mayfield. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And his throw's going to be incomplete. That's already the 3rd time they've looked his way on this opening drive. He's caught 1 of the 3.
That doesn't mean they won't continue to go in that direction. It feels like they think they got something good going there, and I think those numbers are going to increase.
On 3rd down, Mayfield. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. It's a Carolina first down on a gain of 16. We got to like what you're seeing from this offense here on the first drive. A nice sustained series to begin the game, and it will continue after picking up another first there.
Would you say the word methodical comes to mind? I love the execution. I love what they're doing on this drive. They're controlling the ball, controlling the game, controlling the clock.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. And he is going to lose yardage here. Tyrann Mathieu showing off a bit on that stop. Really nice tackle for loss.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
So their task a little bit more difficult now. 2nd and 13 that they're walking up on. Mayfield on play action. Got his man, Robbie Anderson. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 28. A new set of downs after a strong pickup of 16 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on first down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
Back to the ground attack here. It's McCaffrey. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion, then a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or 2 because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
They'll be in search of 8 yards here as they hope to convert the first down. But now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. They go play action. Mayfield. And that is incomplete.
How about that? Red man coverage and decided to test him early. But they proved up to the task and forced the incompletion.
Gonzalez out now to try the Panther field goal. This a 43-yard attempt. Gonzalez's kick is good, and the Panthers stake claim to a 3-0 lead. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take, but you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got a look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up. Let's see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. Three 0 after 1 on EA Sports. Second and 8 coming up. Working out of the gun, Winston. This to the sideline and nearly intercepted. Oh, he had that in his grasp. Couldn't get it. Instead, it'll bring up third down.
Oh, man, that was close. The opportunity to change momentum, big play, right in his hands, unable to come down with it.
A sigh of relief, no doubt, on offense that fell harmlessly to the ground. Open man is Michael Thomas. And he'll be out of bounds across the 30-yard line. First grab for Thomas. It's good for a first down as well.
I don't care how many times we see it. I still get a kick out of watching quarterbacks and receivers do the pass tree in pregame warm-up. But I always remember that when we go to practices, we see that after practices as well. They really tune it up, don't they?
They tune it up. They know why they do it for these. Into a sea of defenders and intercepted. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. And that was one that I kind of saw coming, Charles. You had a free safety just hanging back there over the middle, waiting, and he saw that ball go in the air, and he jumped on it.
And I don't know why the quarterback didn't see that. That was just your standard cover 3, which means the free safety in the middle of the field, the 2 corners, and they divide the field in thirds. But when you have a free safety with range, like a good center fielder, he can go from side to side and make plays on the football as he did there. That was a really nice job by them picking up the run blitz and detecting it and blocking it and turning it into a nice run. And a lot of times you think if you blitz a running play, you're going to smother it. But a lot of the blitzers, they come in a little bit high. They don't have great leverage, and they're easily blocked and turned to the side.
From the 31, Mayfield. That's caught right side by Anderson. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. Second catch for him today, and it'll wind up a first down.
I think that's a big pickup for a first down because when you run a drag route against zone, you're sometimes asking for trouble because you might run into a defender.
Yeah, well, there they ran into a first down. Executed it to perfection. Mayfield throw complete there to Thomas. And he's going to be brought down at about the 16. On second down, McCaffrey, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
The Panthers on third down. Just 1 for 3 thus far. This will be 3rd and 5. Mayfield off the play fake. He'll buy some time right. To the end zone, but it's incomplete.
That was an interesting look there because as soon as he got outside the pocket, I thought he was going to take off and run for yardage. But what often happens now with these quarterbacks who can move, defenses want to try and keep bodies in front of them, and I think that discouraged him from taking off and made him try a pass downfield that fell incomplete.
Fourth down, Mayfield. Open man is Anderson. And the Panthers are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6 points. Working out of the gun, Mayfield. Caught on the slant. Nice gain of 8 that time, but it's 2nd and goal.
But if you do read man coverage, Brandon, the drag route's a pretty good one to run against it because you're running away from people on it.
Good yardage on 1st down. Now can they punch it in on 2nd and goal? McCaffrey is into the end zone for a Panthers touchdown. So they brought the extra bulk in down on the 1-yard line, and they're able to push this one across.
Yeah, I can just see your face right now because I know we're mind-melding on this one. Coach Madden would love this. Power football, hat on a hat, chest to chest, driving forward, touchdown.
Gonzalez able to tackle on the PAT, and the lead grows to 10-0. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. Fields it right around the goal line. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23.
Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 23.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Still in the first half, but this offense has struggled. Haven't really been able to get anything going, not only in the points category, but in the yards category. Let's see if they can do better here on this drive.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
On 2nd down, Kamara. And he's got room. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 18 there, and the Saints have a 1st down.
That's good for the Saints.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0 our score. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. The Panthers going to use the 2nd of their timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. Staying on the ground on 1st with Kamara. And he is tackled inside the 49. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. From the gun, Winston. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And this is incomplete. Oh, he had 6 points right in his hands, but could not hang on.
This team is not going to make it easy for you. They're a physical group, and we just saw it there on that play. He came in, made the contact, just as he's trying to haul it in.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. Here's Winston. The Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down. So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. There's Chris Olave. And he'll be taken down here just shy of the 30. Now we'll get a quick timeout called by New Orleans, number 2, as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this 1st half. Already down 2 scores. They're going to go for this rather than settle for 3. Winston now. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he is going to have the Saints 1st down as the defense nowhere to be found there. A gain of 20 on 4th down. From the shotgun, it's Winston. And he's got it. Touchdown. Alvin Kamara from 10 yards out. And the Saints are on the board here in the final minute of the 1st half. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And leading 10-7, they may just want to get this to the locker room. A nice burst there as they'll get about 7 that time on the 1st down run.
They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of 1st downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
Flushed out right. And this one too low. That's it for the 1st half. 2 more quarters to go. We'll have plenty more to see after the break.
Both teams going through their final halftime adjustments. We're about ready to get back to football. And to bring you the second half from the Superdome, let's go back to Brandon and Charles.
And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. The Panthers out in front, and they will get the football first. Second half action underway. And the half will begin with a touchback. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. Starting the second half with a run by McCaffrey. And he's able to get this one up to his 30 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down. In the first half, he was held in check on the ground, but despite that lack of production, they still have the lead.
Yeah, and they've got to feel fortunate about that. If they could actually get production from their lead horse, that would help open up this offense and widen this margin too.
Ball on the 30. They'll come up with a 2nd and 5. Mayfield to throw it. That'll be caught by Anderson. And he gets us to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. A gain of 28 yards there and give him a first down. A give running left, it's McCaffrey. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half, and that trend is continuing here.
Now they contend with a 2nd and 12 after the loss. Now Mayfield. And this is incomplete.
Oh, I saw this one with defensive eyes because even as he escaped the pocket in block time, the coverage stayed tight. Nothing broke down. Throwing it away, that was his only option.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down. Mayfield looks to throw. Thomas brings it in. Touchdown, Carolina. Ian Thomas, 45 yards. And the Panthers are in for 6.
For a big tight end, he can sure move like a slot receiver when he gets a head of steam going. And as a defensive back, you've got a big decision to make when he's moving like that.
Gonzalez good on the extra point, and his guys will take a 10-point lead.
Saints 7.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And their deficit a little wider than it was at halftime. Does that touchdown a minute ago change the thinking here at all?
I think it does, at least a little bit, because now urgency has to start setting in. You can't go out there and go 3 and out and run the risk of falling behind substantially, but you have to do it without pressing, because pressing, that leads you into bigger errors.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Again, it's Kamara. And he is going to lose yardage here. It'll be a loss of a couple on the play, so now 3rd down coming up.
If these guys are going to chop into that deficit, they got to do a much better job in the run game. Caught behind the line of scrimmage, no yardage to be found.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Now Winston. That is hauled in by Michael Thomas. And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. 2nd catch for him today, and it'll wind up a 1st down.
A little football 101 there. You just see the receiver trying to run down the defender, meaning he goes right at him and really trying to move him a little bit towards the center of the field so he can put his foot in the ground and break to the out, to the sideline, and make a catch.
Oh, he's got a little daylight. And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. 61 yards rushing now on 8 carries for him so far. They had a chance to limit his yardage, but he was able to fight off that tackle.
So it's not just the responsibility of the guys who missed the tackles along the way. It's all 11 on defense, able to stop this guy, unable to do it on that play. They've got to find a way. How about his ability to break through and gain that yardage?
That play could never get started thanks to the defensive effort of Shaq Thompson. Continues to be a struggle for this offense and this home crowd. They're growing a little restless here in the 2nd half.
And I think they've just got to look at how they're trying to move the football. Yeah, you want to run it, but maybe you spread it out, maybe some swing passes that can take the place of runs and give you a little more space.
On 2nd and 12, Winston. And they're going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 15-yard line. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's taken a while for this offense to get going. A little creaky at the start, but they're oiled up now. A nice throw there, and they're really putting together a good drive.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10. From the red zone now, Winston. Trying to get it to Thomas, and it's intercepted. Picked off by J.C. Horn. He's at the 40. Past the 20. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick 6 for a Panther touchdown. So that a real wrench thrown in now for this offense. They're trying to make a game of this in the 3rd quarter, but that is not going to help.
Yeah, partner, probably should have used a different tool on that play, right? That ultimately is the kind of play where you could lose a ball game instead of being in a position to win.
Gonzalez now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17.
Saints 7.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Patriots offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, it's a game that they would rather probably forget about, at least to this point, Charles. And one reason is turnovers. A turnover on the last drive. They had the issue in the first half as well, and that's really, unfortunately for them, helped to put this game out of reach.
And you know they won't admit it to themselves, but we know that winning the game is pretty much out of the picture now. So their bottom line is, how do they play a clean game the rest of this one, right? Take care of the football, no more turnovers, and see how that works.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Winston. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion, and when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points, and the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
On 3rd down, Winston. The pass caught by Olave. And up to the 35 before they're able to knock him down. Winston on target to Olave for the Saints first.
Doesn't matter whether it's a zone coverage or man coverage, the drag route can be effective when it's run well.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10. Play fake. Winston. He's going to look deep now for Landry. And, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Xavier Woods with a pick. And the Panthers are going to take over here on the INT at their own 5-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Well, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing on 2nd down. Mayfield. A quick throw there going to be batted away and incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating a defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
This will probably be the last play of the quarter. 3rd down. Here's McCaffrey. And they're going to get him down shy of the 1st at about the 13-yard line. We have played 3 quarters. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Here we go with McCaffrey. And he'll be touched down here, but not before he does pick up the first. It's a gain of 4 that time, and it'll be 1st down Panthers. I'm guessing you'd say this is kind of the key here. Grind out some yardage, work on that clock, see if you can continue to tick it down.
Definitely, you want to bleed things out at this point, right? Continue to possess the football, gain some yardage, and put the onus on the defense. Do they have to use timeouts? What are they going to do to stop you? You're taking charge.
Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. A good pick up there of 20 yards. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Mayfield now. Try to get it to Anderson, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. And he will take this one home. It's a touchdown. And now both of these defenses have something to brag about following this one. Each with a pick six today.
They are even there, but we still have to decide a winner, don't we, partner? And what they really want to brag about after this one is getting that W. The turnovers are great. Can they make plays now that tip the balance in their favor?
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air.
This is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They have to like the position that they are in. Fourth quarter, 2-score lead, and now the ball back after the INT. Meanwhile, Mayfield's throw pulled in by Marshall.
Complete to Terrace Marshall. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 7 and 3.
Out of the pistol, McCaffrey. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add in a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
Clock running, under 4 to play now as they come up on 1st and 10. Play fake, Mayfield. Throw left side, complete. That's Thomas. Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Well, clear running situation, trying to take time off the clock. He ran the previous play, set that play action up nicely.
Boy, did they ever, because they had shown the ability to run the football. So now you lose your keys as a defense. You dive for the running play, and they hit them over the top.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on 2nd down. Play action now. Here's Mayfield. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. Marcus Davenport just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
Well, on that one, they go with the play fake, CD, but I don't think anybody really was fooled. All eyes were fixated on the quarterback, and they got him to the ground.
And to run this play successfully, you've got to make sure that everyone is doing their part. You actually have to sell this play. You've got to sell the run action. Otherwise, why do you stop at the running back? You just run straight for the quarterback and put him on the ground.
And he is going to have the Panthers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. Back to the ground on 1st. It's McCaffrey.
And he'll get what he can up the middle, 3 yards. That'll bring up 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
To imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. They'll try and burn some clock now with McCaffrey. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Mayfield. He'll air this one deep for Anderson. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
Here we go on 4th down. And he's able to get this one down to the 40-yard line. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts as he'll get it with still 1:20 left to go in the game. Well, the lead late in the 4th, but Mayfield's going to throw it. He's got Anderson right side. This drive's taken more than 3 minutes off the clock already as they come up on 2nd down. From the shotgun to McCaffrey. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. No gain on the play there, so that doesn't help. Now they're looking up in a 3rd and 9 situation.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
They'll need to get it to the 30 for a first. This is 3rd down. Mayfield to throw. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down.
Absolutely no disguise on that one. They just went for it. Put him out there and said, go deep. Let's try and hit him. Unfortunately, to no avail.
Oh, able to avoid him. And he won't get there. They stop him a few yards short of the line to gain.
Another one in the books for his partner. Always great to be by your side. And both offenses, both defenses had some moments in this one, but I think you would agree these coaching staffs are also going to have some stuff to clean up on film.
Absolutely, partner. And let's face it, any game we get to watch from up here, it's going to be a blast. Do we want to get a real job? Absolutely not. Let's keep watching the NFL all season long.
It's another one. We got another one. It's her. Who that? Big baby slide through in that drop top. Something by Benz looking cute. That's honest. Her and her friends, big blinks and snatch waist. Yeah, she bought the. Ain't no way somebody daddy ain't gon' give her the spins with her ends. Cause yeah, she did it. She did it again. A few more tracks and this time she bought friends. Big baby on her way up and showed the stairs to a man's. Now salute the general. TGLX got plans, yeah. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro.
They don't know what they in for. If we coming like this on the intro, what they here for? If they want the heat, you know who to send for your info. Buy my money like Venmo. This music don't work out. In order to get it from my ends low. How you feel though? Cause hey, they can't rock with us. Galaxy ain't no stopping us. They ain't trying to steal my style. I'm feeling like I just shot for. Can't trust him cause he not my. Cause we worried about getting figures. All my ain't father figures. Just know my quick to pop it.
Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, it's the intro? Yes, it's the intro. Damn, this is the intro?
EA Sports coverage of the NFL brings us to First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Coming up, we've got what should prove to be a good one between the New Orleans Saints and the Cleveland Browns. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. And he opts to not bring this one out. The first drive will start at the 25. They start the drive on the ground. Kamara. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll get it up to the 33-yard line. They'll wind up getting 7 on the play. And now that sets up 3rd and 2. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Winston on 3rd and 2. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. That right there is the inauspicious start that they were hoping to avoid, and a turnover on the first possession.
I love how you use those college-bound words like that, inauspicious. Well done. I really appreciate that. But here's the thing for me. I'm just wondering if their game plan is incorrect. You know, I think they felt like they could come in and throw it around pretty well. That interception early, they may rethink how they go about attacking.
Shoves him away. And he's going to take this across the 50 and into Saints territory. A good run there on first down, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 2. The success there, Charles, coming on the outside of the field, the ground game. Curious to see if that continues as we progress.
Yeah, we often talk about a variety in play calling and usually between run and pass. But in this case, with strictly the run game, you can be creative there as well. Run it inside, run it outside, keep the defense off balance.
And he's got this down to the 35. It It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
Now a first down throw, Watson.
Oh, he was hit as he threw it there, and that one winds up incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
They go with Chubb on second down. No gain on that one as it brings up a 3rd and 10. Looked like he was trying to bounce it outside, but no success.
Yeah, sometimes you got to just figure out where you're going to go, and sometimes you just have to take it to another spot. In trying to get it outside, the defensive pursuit was there and just ran him down.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson eluding the pressure right. And this is going to be incomplete. 4th down after the New Orleans defense holds serve.
Watson will step away, and out comes Cade York to handle this 4th down field goal try for the Browns. York able to send this one through, and the Browns are out to a 3-0 lead. Well, it's not the touchdown that they wanted, CD, but still, they got to be pretty happy here. You steal the ball away from them on their opening possession, and you turn that into the early 3-0 lead.
Yeah, you painted the picture perfectly there. All the things that have gone on, and the important thing, other than the lead, of course, is as you described, both sides of the ball now have some momentum.
And some good special teams coverage as they bring him down just outside of the 15. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. Their second drive here of the ballgame, Charles. Remember last time they threw the interception, but the defense held up. It bent a little but didn't break, only giving up the 3 points.
Yeah, obviously they left some points on the table there their last time out, but boy, they have to thank their defense for holding the opposition just 3 after they threw the pick. Their turn now. Back out on the field, put together a good drive, and get some points of their own.
Second down, and it's Kamara again.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down. When he runs, he seems to do a nice job of knowing when to be patient and find the hole, and then when the hole is there, he goes quickly.
You're exactly right. He knows how to just take off, but you know what else? Brings a little thump with him, doesn't he?
He does.
He packs the boom at the end of the run and finishes it going forward. That's what you want to see out of your backs.
On play action, Winston.
He'll find his tight end. It's Adam Troutman.
And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. A good gain again. That's now 31 yards combined on those last 2 plays.
And what a nice example there of a tight end doing exactly what he needs to do. How about how he worked his way to the outside, made sure he secured the catch, and then anything after that, we count that as a bonus. And indeed, he gets enough for the first down.
Now a first down carry. It's Kamara. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. Second down coming up.
Well, on every play call, you realize it's not going to go for a touchdown. So a lot of your calls are setting things up for maybe later in the game, trying to establish the inside run with toughness now, hopefully get to the perimeter later. And let's face it, you could do worse than a 4-yard run on first down.
The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. Now Winston. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack.
So now after the sack, Winston and the Saints needing to figure out what to do. Tough play, 3rd and long.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. That makes them now 0 for 2 here in the first quarter on 3rd down conversions.
And now they'll look to their defense because they need them to step up so they don't fall further behind here in the early going.
Now Winston on 4th down.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Greg Newsome. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line.
And partner, I think this is where long-term starters in the NFL separate themselves from the rest of the pack because there's still 3 full quarters left in this one. More than enough time to move past a pair of early mistakes and find a way to lead your team to a win. Mental resiliency, a characteristic every NFL team's looking for in their quarterback.
They start on the ground with Nick Chubb. And shutting him off, now open field. And he's going to be brought down on what will be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. They run again on 1st down. Chubb. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through. But that's exactly what happened. A loss resulted.
On 2nd and 11 now. Watson. This is the tight end, Njoku.
And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost as bread and butter as a good running back dive play.
And they'll need to get to the 35 if they want to keep this drive going on 3rd down. A first carry now for Kareem Hunt. And he's going to be about a yard or 2 short of the first here. He needed the 35 but didn't make it. And now the Saints are going to take a timeout on defense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
They'll go for it and run a little touch pass here.
They only got a couple, but a couple's all that they needed as they convert on 4th.
And this is just a little touch pass. They send the receiver in motion, just kind of tap it forward to him. Now, it doesn't turn into a huge play, but they do pick up a first down. A nice, consistent game.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. To throw is Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long after that sack. What does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll set up to throw. Flush to his right. 20. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
After the sack, you could understand him maybe being a little bit nervous back there, a little skittish, but looked awfully decisive when he took off and ran.
Very decisive and picked up that first down in the process. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. They'll go left side on the ground with Chubb. Uses the stiff arm. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb, a 12-yard touchdown run. And the Browns are able to cash in for 6.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead grows to 10-0. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
This fielded right at the goal line.
Oh, a good return up past the 30.
And able to break this out all the way to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And it's been a miserable start for them offensively. Obviously, 2 drives, 2 interceptions.
And this is where you have to know your quarterback and know how you actually have to reach him. Do you do it with a little bit of humor? Maybe you break the ice a little bit like, hey, didn't we practice in that color jersey all week? Not the one that you're throwing it to? Or maybe you have to be stern with him. But whatever it's going to take to get the message, it has to be done. He's putting the game in jeopardy.
From the 41, Winston. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Well, this defense is going to have to finish the job. There's still a second half that they have to play. But so far, an absolute total effort. They've disrupted the passing game, stressed the pocket for the quarterback. They forced him into errant throws. Everything they're doing has been executed well.
And he's able to get this one out closer to midfield across the 45. They give him 7 yards on the play, and they do pick up the conversion on 3rd down. To the air again with Winston. And the Browns pressure gets to him that time, and he's going to go down. They brought him in off the corner, and he gets in to drop him for a loss of 4. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Winston. On the check down, he finds Kamara.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
And a nice gain and a broken tackle along the way. And really, we shouldn't be surprised, should we? That's what runners do, especially the best ones. They break tackles and gain extra yardage.
On 3rd down, here's Kamara. And boy, he is very close to a 1st down, but from where they're spotting that football, he's going to be a foot or so short.
He had to fight for every yard on that run. Shook himself free of a tackle and kept fighting, even with the rest of the defense closing in on it. That's the kind of effort you'll take every single time.
Winston to throw for it on 4th. And oh, Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. 30, the 20. And he takes this one back into the end zone, and the Browns defense has a touchdown.
The York on now for the extra point.
He's got it, and it's 17-0. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line. So bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision. Loses him about 4 yards.
The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started.
Charles, we'll see what they can do here. Not a ton of time left, but enough certainly to get points out of this drive, and they need them right now because they're trailing.
Yeah, and this is exactly why you practice a 2-minute drill all through camp and at least one practice each week before a game. A minute left, more than enough time to string a few completions together, reach the end zone, and then make that walk back to the locker room just a little more animated.
And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. Now the Saints will use their third and final timeout as they'll stop it with 40 seconds remaining in this first half. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Sacks a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Another try after the first down sack. Winston. And this one is incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on third down. Winston to give. It's Kamara. And he'll get this up to about the 38-yard line. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with fourth down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a first down.
And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. Here comes Grant on the return. A 40-yard punt, 1 yard on the return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Browns drive about to get started. 1 second, all that remains. A running play here on first down is going to go nowhere as he is tackled behind the line of scrimmage. And that'll do it for the end of the second quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports.
Final adjustments being made in the locker room. We're just about set for the second half from Cleveland. And to bring it your way, we go back up to Brandon and Charles.
Welcome back. Halftime over. We are ready for quarter number 3. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. The Browns are going to get the second half kickoff, and they've got this lead as well as we are back and underway. On the return from his end zone is Grant. And he's able to get this across the 20, but not by much as he's marked down officially at the 21. The Cleveland offense ready to go. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. But I'd keep an eye on that defense, and I think their coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be license to take some shots downfield.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Now we'll play fake, and it's Watson. Oh, a ball batted in the air, and now it's intercepted. Marcus May with a pick. Pretty much everything went their way offensively in the first half, but now an interception on the opening drive of the third quarter.
As we know, the key to everything here, don't get careless with the football. The problem is you've got to stay aggressive as well. So where's the line between being aggressive and attacking and being overly aggressive? I think they just crossed it on that one.
Knifes his way forward here, but just 3 yards on the play. Second down.
You know that old expression, it's not my night? It hasn't been his so far. I don't know if the legs are a little bit heavy. Sometimes having to hang out all day and play doesn't exactly play to your advantage. But It's been a tough go for him.
And every time he looks up, somebody's there defensively. That was the same case on that play. Play action now. Winston. And he can't find anywhere to go with it. And he goes down. It's J.O.K. Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah in there for the sack.
You can just see it in their body language. They're starting to see victory on the horizon now. And if it comes to fruition, they got to give a game ball to the front seven. Defensive line has taken charge and controlled this game. Face a challenge of stopping this opposing offense, and they've done so with ease.
Third and long for Winston. And for the fourth time tonight, it's an interception. Picked up by Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. And the Browns are in great shape here as they take over at their 46-yard line. And right about now, you start to think, and maybe they're starting to think, gosh, maybe points aren't going to happen for us in this game.
Well, it's a thought that is worth having because so far in this game, this defense has not just had the upper hand. They've appeared to be a step ahead, maybe even 2 steps, to everything they've done. They've had an answer for everything this offense has thrown at them.
After the interception, here's Watson. Throw left side, caught by the tight end Njoku. They still need about the length of the football here, maybe a little less as they come up on 2nd and inches. They give to Chubb out of the gun. And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. 2 yards, good enough for a first.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the first down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Watson's throw taken in by Cooper here.
And he will reach the 8-yard line before going out. It's a gain of 34.
And boy, CD, it's one thing to watch a great run, but when it's a great run with broken contact, it's like a cherry on top. That was a nice play.
Yeah, and this defense has had its share of problems getting guys to the ground. And here's another example. They never should have allowed this play to gain as many yards as it did, but poor tackling early in the play led to big yardage after the fact.
And he's going to go out of bounds. Gigantic loss. Kept retreating. Steps out. That goes down as a sack and a big loss of yardage.
So when the defense complains about having to do pursuit drills in the heat of training camp, plug in this play. Excellent pursuit. Force the quarterback out of the pocket. He ends up trying to run for it. Instead, he goes out of bounds and loses yardage. That goes down as a sack for the defense.
2nd down and goal. Watson. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried. He's not hit. And somehow, incomplete?
Yeah.
What happened?
During film study, that's one where he's just going to shake his head, not be able to believe it.
6 points go by the wayside on that one.
Escaping the pressure right. To the sideline, and that is a heck of a catch as he was able to get both feet in. A big play, but still not enough. Leads to a 4th and goal.
Boy, they had a lot of real estate to make up there, but what a big-time play for them. Nice completion, excellent gain. Now they're in 4th and manageable.
Just a little short, though, with that marker. Running for it. Here's Chubb. And this winds up a disaster. Nowhere near the marker. They stop him on 4th and goal at the 3. And the Saints able to come up with a goal line stand. So he needed the short yardage, Charles. He elected to try to bounce it outside of the outer third, unsuccessful.
Sometimes those plays are stacked up by the defense and there's nowhere to go, so you have to bounce it outside. And some backs just get impatient. They want to go to where they think there's more open territory instead of going where the play was actually blocked. In any case, it didn't work here.
45 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4. A 10th carry for Kamara. He got half of what he needed there, 2 yards, and it'll bring up a 3rd and 2 more.
That's all about doing the dirty work right there defensively. 2nd and short yardage, that's all about plugging those gaps, not giving a running back a crease to run through, and that's a nice job to hold him just a couple and force a 3rd down.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20.
Now Chubb running right. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2.
2nd down, here's Chubb again.
Uses the stiff arm. And here he'll get it down to the 7. 4 yards on the play. That's going to lead to 1st and goal.
In my book, that's running the ball well, but with intelligence. How about him keeping the clock moving, staying in bounds?
Yeah, even though it's the 3rd quarter, you're thinking ahead, aren't you? This is where you're... And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Cleveland. Kareem Hunt taking it in from 7 yards away.
And the Browns are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this 3rd quarter. Extra point by York is up and good.
And the lead is now 24. Is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone.
A lane opens here. He's past the 30. The 40. Deontay Hardy. And they are not going to catch him. He's in. Touchdown, Saints.
And as we've talked to special teams coaches, that theme of being aggressive continues to come through, doesn't it? When they moved the kickoff back to the 35, it was going to cut down on the number of opportunities. But if you've got a special guy, you give him the green light no matter where he fields it in the end zone. And in this case, it paid off handsomely.
Well, he fielded it deep in the range of emotions. Maybe like, oh, no, don't. And then all of a sudden you see him break it. And you're like, yeah, way to go.
Yeah, sometimes you have to remind your head coach that he approved the green light for bringing it out from deep in the end zone. And that's exactly why he did.
And he's going to get in for the score. And the lead now cut to 14. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Lutz now to kick this one away.
On the return from his end zone is Grant. And they're going to start in a hole as he's brought down at the 11.
The Browns drive about to get started. Well, there are 2 scores on the plus side. Still time here in this 4th quarter, but maybe you start thinking about playing keep away?
Yeah, I think here's the situation. You're not thinking touchdowns anymore. You're just thinking first downs. To keep up with your theme there, playing keep away, first downs, they can't touch the ball.
70 yards rushing now for Chubb, and a first down as well. No doubt those are the types of carries they're looking for here, Charles. The lead in the 4th quarter. This is when coaches that have a reliable running game, they breathe a little easier on the sideline.
Yeah, they love the idea that they can take the air out of the football at this point of the game. That means they're really counting on that offensive line, counting on the runners, taking care of the football. Because you're going to tell your quarterback, hey, no time to be a hero. We're not going to throw it here. Just eat up that clock. And if you have the ball, they can't score.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Watson. Forced out to his left. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
And the end result of that play, you're almost not sure what you really want, because when he gets outside of the pocket, you actually hold your breath because you think he's going to run for big yardage. But when he chose to pull it down and throw it, and a play was made to knock it away, that's a pretty good end result. Not one you expected when the play began.
And he is going to lose yardage here. That'll make it 4th down after a loss of 1.
Well, that's the big drawback to this play. Even if somehow the quarterback pitches it, he's not immune to the big hit. In this case, he kept it and absorbed it anyway.
And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away.
Here's Hardy set to return. Call it 46 yards on the punt, just a single yard on the return as he was covered quickly. And the Saints will take over with a 1st down and 10. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Their defense was able to force the punt. That's the good news. But this is still a 2-score game, and they need points on this drive and in a relatively quick manner.
And mark him down way up close to the 40 at the 39. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a 1st down. 4th quarter, every drive's so critical, and you figure may only get one more shot after this, so a touchdown's imperative on this drive.
It is, but you also have to think to yourself in play calling, don't hold anything back. Don't save it for the 2nd touchdown. You got the 1st one for the 2nd one to even matter.
And he'll be stopped right at midfield. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a 1st down. Now, correct me if I'm wrong. Yeah, you're down 2 scores. I don't think you need to rush just yet, but you can't take your time either.
Yeah, even if you don't want to commit to full 2-minute offense, you have to up the tempo, up the urgency. Maybe you're starting to call 2 plays in a huddle each time you snap the ball.
Now it's Kamara in the passing game.
And they're able to work this across midfield to the 48.
One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And they're going to have another 1st down as he's going to be tackled at the Browns' 33. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Kamara up the middle. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the 1st down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Play fake. Winston. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And the Browns are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. If they had designs of kind of wiggling their way back into this one, that hurts their chances right there.
They had to put it mildly. Look at the lead, look at the deficit, trying to make a play downfield. Everyone seeking to be somewhat the hero. Didn't turn out that way at all, and you're exactly right. It's going to take a lot for them to have a chance to win this one now.
Now a run on 1st down is not going to get off the ground as they will get him behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of 3.
Second down, here's Chubb again.
Room here to run. And he's able to get this to the 40-yard line before he's out of bounds. 92 yards on the ground for him now as he has gotten better, really, as the night's gone on.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with, and throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a 1st down, he's the guy they've turned to, and it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And he gets this down inside the 35 before going out of bounds. So they come up on 2nd down. If they can get another run like we just saw, would likely put an end to this thing. He finds his man complete. That's Grant. And he takes us just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. It's a gain of 10, and the Browns are going to get a first down. A give running right is Chubb. Fights through it, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Browns touchdown. Nick Chubb with his second touchdown of the night. And the Browns have put this one to bed here in the fourth quarter. Extra point by York is up and good. And that pushes the lead up to 23. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
To throw again on second down, Winston. A throw over the middle, taken in by Troutman. And they nearly get this all the way to midfield. Mark him down at the 49. 27 yards there, a first down. Offense for them has been at a premium. You wonder where plays like that have been all game long.
They're thinking the exact same thing themselves, but they're also looking forward now, because now these plays are really for next week, trying to get some momentum going.
A first down throw for Winston. And now here is another interception. Greedy Williams picks it off. And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Browns defense has a touchdown. Well, this one was already ugly, and now it's just kind of becoming a feast on the defensive side of the football.
Yeah, partner, this is a unit that knows they've got this game in the bag with this huge lead, and it's going to drive their coaches crazy because they're telling them play it straight, do all the right things, but these guys are going to be freewheeling now. All of them are going to take chances, and that one pays off with an INT and a return for 6.
And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. Still going past the 30. And he'll bring it back all the way. Touchdown, Saints.
I can't help it, partner. I get fired up. 2 kickoff returns for touchdowns in the same game. This is fun to watch.
Yeah, we call a lot of games in a lot of different places. Sometimes it seems like we do it simultaneously, but we rarely get to see this. Lutz with the extra point, and that will shave a bit off the lead as it's down to a 23-point game. And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Throwing now, Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. A big play that time for Cleveland. 41 yards. Boy, another big play late here for an offense, Charles, that certainly has had its fair share of big plays.
Coverage has been a problem all game long, and I would say that going along with that has been confidence. Because even if they had the right coverage, they've still dented them, and now it's been a real issue for them during this game.
So Cleveland able to come away with the victory here. And they were buoyed, Charles, by a big second half that put this one on ice.
So you get the sense that whatever was said at halftime obviously hit home. I think it's a little bit more than that, though. Obviously, their words